So everything that I've ever written has always been nonfiction, and I think that's the reason why I can write a lot of songs, because it's always about something real. Like the Diana Ross thing, even though I couldn't tell those guys, like, wow, man, I'm working with Diana Ross, it's so amazing, you won't believe this. You know, I could share part of that thing with my partner, and I could explain it to him, and it was an idea that we knew we could formulate into a song. You know, it's funny, I never call myself a songwriter, at least not internally. I call myself a song rewriter, because my first idea is usually just the beginning, and I think it's great, but then when I play it back a few times, it's just sort of cool. It's not great, it's just the beginning of the journey. So one night, early in our career, we had an opportunity to work with a person who was a star, but it didn't quite work out. We spoke to her early that afternoon, and it was New Year's Eve, 1977, going into 78. We had only a couple of records to our credit, but they were pretty cool, and she was pretty cool. She's very avant-garde. Her name is Grace Jones, and we had never met her, but in our world, she was mythical. It was like, wow, Grace Jones. She had her assistant call up and was like, whoa, we're important. We're really in show business. Grace Jones is assistant. We wanted to pretend like we had assistants. So my partner, he got on the phone and Chic organization, yes. You'd like to speak to Mr. Rodgers? Hold on a second. We were like cracking up, like acting like we have a real office and stuff. We just have an attorney, and our office was our attorney's office. So anyway, we answered the phone, Chic organization, and so Grace Jones herself gets on the phone and tells us what we have to do to see her that night. We're just listening to her go on, and she says, well, you know, darling, I'm really gonna be bad at my Grace Jones impersonation, because it's just the strangest thing ever. But she sounds like a cross between Marlene Dietrich, Grace, hello darling, this is Grace Jones. So it's something interesting. It's like an affectation. It's a potpourri of like every star, mix it up, and there you go. That's Grace Jones. So she's on the phone talking to us, and she says that the only way that we can really understand who she is artistically is we have to see her live show, because she's a performance artist. You know, even though she's a good singer, but really we have to see the whole thing. And she says, so darling, what you do is, you come to the back door and you knock really hard and you say, I am personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. And we were like, wow. We had heard all of these rock and roll stories about, you know, like take this M&M color out of the bag and stuff like that. So we actually thought that she wanted us to say it like that. We didn't know that that's how she would have sounded. I swear, true story, we had no idea. So because on her record, she doesn't sound like that. On the record, she's like, time to get down on your knees. And it's all like, nasal, and she's killing it. So, la vie en rose, you know. So we thought that was her normal speaking voice, and we thought that this other voice was this rock and roll thing. So we knock on the back door of Studio 54, and we say, hello, we are this is non-fiction here. We knock on it and we say, hello, we are personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. And the guy slams the door in our faces. Are there any kids in here? And he says, oh, fuck off. And we went, no. We are personal friends. Miss Grace Jones. And we keep trying to get this right. And he's been, I told you, F off. And he had a real huffy attitude. So we thought, oh, maybe she meant go to the front door. So, I mean, but she was clear as a bell. So we went to the front door, and that's where the guy has the list, and he's going, you, What's your name? Niles Rodgers? Bernard Edwards? You're not on the list. Oh, but wait a minute, hold on. And then, there's a whole crowd clamoring. We are personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. And the guy looks at us and says, what? And we just said, okay, that's it. So I guess the real answer is, F off. So we went to my apartment, which conveniently was around the corner. The back door of Studio 54 was on 53rd Street between 8th Avenue and Broadway. My apartment was on 52nd Street between 8th and 9th Avenue. So we went to my apartment, and this is the first thing that we wrote. 1, 2, we were hanging, we were loving it, and we were cracking up, and then all of a sudden my partner looked at me and said, my man, you know this shit is happening, right? Now this was 2 years before the first hip-hop record ever came out. So I was like going, how are we gonna get F off on the radio? That ain't gonna work. You can see it now. Hey there, this is Cousin Brizzy with another big hit by the group Chic. It's called Fuck Off. So, we changed it to a euphemism of the word, that F word, so we changed it to, freak off. Freak off. And it was terrible. It was so bad. It was ridiculous. We were forcing it. We were trying to make it work. And then all of a sudden, the light bulb moment came to me. And I went, dude, you know there's a new dance called the freak. And my man said, yeah, my little kids are doing it. I said, why don't we change this from a negative song into a positive song? Like, let's make it about the dance. And he said, cool. So we wrote, as I said, it's non-fiction with fictional elements. The whole rest of the song is all fictional elements because we had no idea how to do the dance, but we made up a song about this dance that we didn't even know about or how to do, but we knew it existed. So we say, have you heard about the new dance craze? Listen to us, I'm sure you'll be amazed. Big fun to be happy. We do everything except tell you how to do the dance. We even say, allow us, we'll show you the way. Freak, say chic, freak out. Freak out. So that's what we did. We made up a song about a dance we didn't know how to do. And believe it or not, this song about going into Studio 54, turning this negative into a positive, gave us more than we could have ever imagined. By not getting in, by not getting what we wanted, we got more than we could have ever dreamed. It was the biggest selling record in Atlantic Records history for 33 years. We just got toppled a couple of years ago by Flo Rida, and the only reason why is because we cut off our sales. We did this. We told the record company to stop selling The Freak once we hit 7 million. And the reason for that was because back in the day, black artists, we would only get 2 singles per album. We figured that if it sold like 10 or 11 or 12 million singles, nobody would ever hear I Want Your Love, and the record would just die. Nobody would hear Chic Cheer, and almost both of those records went platinum, and Chic Cheer wound up going platinum a couple of times when other artists covered our records. They didn't even cover them, they did what they call sample them, and they write new songs on top of it. So that's sort of the era that we live in now, and I have to say that Chic, my band, two guys sitting in a bedroom writing songs like that, were responsible for the beginning, I guess, of the sort of cut and paste art that we have in music today, because we also wrote a song called Good Times. It was the first record that was sampled, and it became this thing. I says a hip hop to you, the hip hop, and we don't stop. Rockin' to the bang, and the boogie sit up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. We didn't write that part, we just wrote good times. Good times. We said 2 million a road. The Sugar Hill Gang sold 6 million of Rappers Delight.
Okay. Question story.